As I had stated, the book is really, about my mental health journey, and specifically 3 weeks of this massive deep dive I did a few years ago, where I essentially came to the point where I didn't want to live anymore, and that terrified me, obviously, and I didn't know why I felt that way. And so I sought out the best help that I could possibly find. And it was a group of really wonderful therapists and psychologists and psychiatrists and all of these various folks that through a massive effort were able to help me see a lot of things more clearly, see myself more clearly, see the world more clearly, see more clearly how I fit into the world. And again, these are all things I continue to work on and continue to learn in. But that 3 weeks was incredible, but it was also, unfortunately, expensive to the point where a lot of other people, I don't think, would ever have the opportunity to afford it. And I don't think that's fair. I think that we need to be able to democratize health in every way, shape, and form, particularly mental health. I think it's ridiculous that these are not just things that people have regular access to. And so I wanted to take the lessons that I learned over those 3 weeks and bring them to you, bring them to the world. And in order to kind of case that and explain what those 3 weeks were about, we dive into various moments throughout my childhood and adulthood, areas that caused me the most trauma in my life, and therefore shaped me in massive, massive ways, and continue to. And that would be, my childhood, my relationships with my mother, my father, my stepfather, my relationships at school and growing up, my relationship with Hollywood, and that that whole dance. There's a lot of things that have really done a number on me, on my mental health, unbeknownst to me all through that time until I was 37 and didn't want to live anymore. So that's ultimately the journey of the book, and all of that was ultimately why I wanted to bring the book to fruition and make it a reality.